The Denver Broncos just revealed if they could reunite with free agent running back Javonte Williams, and the answer might surprise you. It's Combine Week, Broncos country. Representatives from all 32 teams, coaches, general managers, owners are all out in Indianapolis watching these young draft prospects work out, but more importantly, starting to have conversations about potential transactions that might occur. This is the time of year where trades start to materialize, as well as the free agent market starting to become more clear. We get a more bigger picture as to who might be back with their respective team and who might not be back with their respective team. And Javonte Williams has been without a doubt a topic of conversation here in the Mile High City. Reports have indicated since the beginning of the offseason that the Denver Broncos are likely to move on from Williams. But George Paton, who spoke with the media today, as did Sean Payton, George made it pretty clear that the Denver Broncos are at least entertaining bringing Williams back. I want to go ahead and bring in this article here from Mile High Huddle. Payton told the media that there is a chance the Broncos could bring Williams back when he was asked the question. He said, I think Javonte is one of the best pass protectors in the league, and I think he's still young and still ascending. He's another year removed from the devastating knee injury that he suffered at the end of the 2022 season, or midway through the 2022 season, where he tore his ACL, his LCL, and his posterior lateral corner. It was a devastating knee injury that he had. And ever since that point, he's been robbed of the burst and explosiveness that he had prior to the injury. And already coming out of college, he had questions about his vision and his footwork, and those questions have not gone away since he has been in the NFL. I don't see a future for Javonte Williams here in Denver. I don't. So why is George Paton saying that the Denver Broncos could bring him back? Well, it's to maybe entice other teams to sign him to possibly a bigger deal. The bigger deal Javonte Williams gets in free agency, the higher the compensatory draft pick the Denver Broncos would get for losing him would be. Obviously, you also have to factor in the free agents that the Denver Broncos sign. Would that cancel out some of the compensatory draft picks? But I think that's kind of the game that the Denver Broncos and George Paton are trying to play right now. They want to get as high of a compensatory pick as they can for Javonte. So make it seem like they want to maybe bring him back to entice another team to spend a little bit more money on him and allow Denver to get that higher compensatory draft pick. That is kind of the thought process here by George Paton saying that they could bring him back. Do I think that they actually bring him back? No, I don't. I think that the running back room for the Denver Broncos is in line for a full-scale rebuild, and I think there's a chance that maybe only one or two players who were in that room in 2024 return for 2025. I'm thinking about Jaleel McLaughlin. He's probably going to be back, and I do think that one of either Audric Estime or Blake Watson might be back. Which one of those players that is, I don't know. There'll probably be some sort of competition in training camp, but I expect the Denver Broncos to invest heavily in the running back position this offseason. I'm getting ready to make another video on it, but the Denver Broncos have had conversations with a very popular running back coming out of the draft. So we'll talk about that in a little bit later on in another video, but I did want to go ahead and address this whole Javonte Williams thing because I have people asking me if there is a chance that Javonte Williams could be back, and I'm here to tell you guys that no, I really don't think so. I think that ship has sailed. I think the Denver Broncos recognize that he's just no longer the same player. He hasn't averaged over 3.5 yards per carry since he suffered that injury. The question marks about his footwork and his vision still very much are there for Javonte, so I don't know, man. It just sucks because Javonte Williams had potential to be such a great player when he came here to Denver after he had that awesome rookie season. He finally got the opportunity to become the starting running back. They brought Melvin Gordon back, but with the stipulation very clearly that Javonte Williams was going to be the starter heading into that 2022 season. He looked good up until he suffered that devastating injury in that Week 4 game against the Raiders, and ever since then, man, he just has never been the same player. I hate it. It sucks. But it's time for the Denver Broncos to move on from Javonte Williams. And like I said earlier, completely revamp that entire running back room as a whole. All right, Broncos country, let me know in the comment section below. If you had to put a percentage on it, What percent chance would you give for Javonte Williams to return to Denver? For me, it's less than 10%. I just don't see it happening, but never say never. There is always a chance, but I just don't think Javonte Williams has a future here in the Mile High City, and a lot of other members of the media view it the same way. All right, guys, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. And before we dip out of here, guys, I want to tell you about the affiliate partner for today's video, Green Gridiron Helmets. Use code DENSYN, DENSYN, link in the description below to save off your first purchase on authentic NFL helmets, from small replicas like this one behind me to full-size authentic helmets. Again, that is code DENSYN, DENSYN, link in the description below to save off your first purchase from Green Gridiron Helmets. Thank you so much to them. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.